got enough people here. Let's start getting into it. Questions first and foremost, guys. Anything. There is stuff that I'm going to be doing today, but again, as always, couple of little pre-framers. Everything we go on about in these seminars, make sure you always communicate it with me individually to make it relative to our individual coaching that we're doing with one another, because there's a lot of stuff in here, especially today with this marketing loop, that a lot of people are going to be like G'd up to kind of execute, but you're not going to be quite ready. There's going to be a lot of people that are ready, and this is going to be really good value for you. So just take it in, but always ask me about, you know, taking action first, because some of it will be ahead of you guys. So that all makes sense. That's good. Questions about anything so far? So we're like week 3 at the moment. We've covered quite a lot of online stuff and some face-to-face stuff. But questions so far? Anything? There must be one question, surely. There must be someone here that hasn't something. Nothing. Alex is sitting up. Is that movement or is not? All right. Are we're not?
Yeah.
Go. Let's go. Let's fire up.
Does it matter about online or face-to-face?
This is Q&A, anything. All of you guys, whether you're face-to-face business owners or online, you're both going to have an online presence, and the face-to-face guys are going to have a face-to-face presence. But also the online guys, we can market face-to-face for your online biz. So anything, it's all value.
Okay, cool. So what I was dabbing on before about, should we be like offering them giveaways online to attract more, like and share guys and do all that? Like, is that a necessity?
Okay, so be more specific. What, doing like what, getting people to like, comment, share, that sort of stuff? Like, what do you?
Yeah, to get the prize or to get that giveaway that you're willing to.
Oh, okay, all right. So what you're saying, all right. So it's very common on Instagram. All right, it's very common on Instagram that a lot of people will always say, to enter this competition, follow us, tag a friend, like, and all this, right? Think about like this: the more call to actions that you request, the less chance you have of people taking action, because people don't want to take action. They just don't. And if there's no levels of rapport there, trust, likability with yourself, then again, it just gives people more and more. It just gives people more and more reason to, you know, not take action. So with that being said, make your call to action, if you're going to do something, bro, short and sweet. That's what I would always do. Like with the call to action training, I don't know if I sent anyone here on it now. It's UK and US based, but they're not here. We have call to action training where we literally just do one thing, one post, one slide with drop an emoji below, yeah? And then that's all you need. From there, then what we're doing is we're starting to play algorithms and starting to get the algorithms turned up so that people see more and more of your content. And that's how it works. Drop an emoji below, one simple call to action. You can do that on Insta and Facebook. I'm pretty sure, yeah, you can. So that's that. Does that answer that little question about kind of like, tag, share?
Yeah, and I was just thinking, like, how often should I be, like, should it be religious, as in I'm doing it every 1 to 2 months, or like, because the last one that I done, I said, I put it up on Insta and Facebook at 5 people, or I was looking for 5 people, and then like I got 10, I got 10 leads, and then 5 people that were keen.
So this is a really good question. This is what we can put into a marketing loop, because this is a strategy. So we'll go into this, but like, here's the thing. So if you do a call to action where it's like you're looking for 5 people, if you get 500, they're all winning. Do you know what I mean? But you've got to be careful where the value that you're providing is not like people will easily be able to see that it's like devalued by you giving it to so many people. You've got to kind of act like you're only giving it away to the lucrative 5. But if you say, I want to help 5 people, but 20 people come to you and say, I want to be helped, well, you're going to help all of them, right? Do you know what I mean? So hopefully that makes sense. Does that make sense, bro?
Yeah, it does, bro. Yep.
Let me just send this Zoom link to James, because he's here, and then we can get stuck into this. So that's that. And for you, bro, I would be running these things like, I would run these things. You don't want to do them frequently, man. You need to make sure that you have a lot of content that breaks this up. So for any online guys, Especially for like Danny Davis, dude, this is for you, man. Did you see that table yet that I put with the 500 plus ads that you need before we're going to start marketing? You weren't here last week. So if you go to the portal in stage 1.2, there's a portal saying, when can I expect my business to grow? Or there's a video about saying, when can I expect it to grow? And what I say is, like, if you come on board with me and you've got less than 500 friends, I need you to get to 1,000 before we run actual marketing strategies. So actual ones, like actual marketing strategies that are not just part of stage 1.2, which is just organic growth on Facebook. Do you know what I mean? So this is obviously something that I want you to do, and obviously then get your audience to the right size so that you can get more return on those strategies, if that makes sense. There's no point like marketing to a dead audience. A lot of people are like, give me a marketing strategy. Like, you just do it with them and it just doesn't work. And it's because you don't have a warm following. So you have to grow the following. And that's where the persistency and consistency comes in. Then we can start chucking in marketing strategies on top. So that's that. Again, does that answer again, Alex, with that? So don't milk it, bro. Make sure you've got lots of content breaking them up. Do like what I would do that sort of strategy once every like 6 to 8 weeks. 6 to 8, and we'll again go through this in a marketing loop shortly. I'm just waiting for James. He's coming on here, and then we're going to get stuck into this guy. So apologies for the slight delay. And then
Hey Simon, I have a quick question.
Yeah, bro, fire it out there, brother.
This probably fits with the in-person people too. I've had many people ask this, and I don't really know how to answer correctly or like smoothly. And when people ask, like, how much does it cost, without sounding too salesy, too pushy kind of thing, you know what I mean? Yeah. So I'm not sure how to frame that, if you have any tips with that.
It's so hard, man.
Or if I need that Australian suave, you know.
Answer it, bro. I got something. I just closed the deal today.
Oh, sick. Well done, bro.
Yeah. So she asked me, and it, like, you just have to feel it, really. Like, to be honest, yeah, I don't feel like you don't want to be too salesy, as you just said. Like, you don't want to, oh, this is what I offer, and like they're already not listening. And for them to bring it up first is probably the most powerful thing, because they're interested, they're already taking in all the information, and then yeah, closed it. I was happy. So I was going to message you that, but we're on call, so sick. Let's go.
Congratulations, brother. Well done. Congratulations. With that being said, I think, well, what did they come and ask you for the price? So this will be a prime example of something that's just happened. Did they ask you straight up?
No, so I delivered my value first.
Yeah. You did a trial with them, or?
Say again?
Trial first, did you, or?
Nah, she was already a lead, and then I just followed her up, and then booked the call in. Had a call this morning. Oh, actually, had a call at 11, so not too long ago. And then just told her my value, took her through the questions, and as I was going through the questions, she was just filled up with value. So yeah, she just asked me how much, blah blah blah. Boom.
There you go. Right. So that's a good nice way of it for it to take shape. And obviously, if it just smoothly goes in like that, I think to highlight to Dan, there's no right and wrong to this, right? So first and foremost, it's hard, right? How much does it cost? If you come across and you're like, well, we got loads of different products. No, some people are already going to be like, see you later. You haven't told me. Fuck you. I'm gone. Right. That's literally what it is. So the best thing to do is be honest, open, transparent. And this, I think, this can be related to anything, right? Always be honest, always be open, always be transparent, and just tell them straight up. So this is what we do. The price is, so start by answering the question. Here's James as well. So start by answering the question, what they ask, what they ask you. So answer it. Price is $80 a week, right? Or just do it's 400 up front or 500 up front and then $80 monthly. James, what's going on, brother? So do that and then just say, this is what's included. Is this, and then you got to follow up by asking a question where you know you're going to get a yes. So like for face-to-face guys, at the end of our close, we're always going to be like, we do the yes set questions, and the questions that we can guarantee are always going to end with a yes. Did you have fun today? Yes. Can you see yourself training like this more often? Yes. So does that value, or did you just say, do those points sound like something that would tick your boxes of what you would need? Yes. Do you know what I mean? That's what I would be looking for. So just give them the answer, man. Like, does that make sense? Like, give them the answer, then back it up and get them to go, yeah. And then if they say, yeah, you're like, okay, cool. Well, if you want to ask any more questions, and just say this is what I'll do. This is where, again, start to get into my flow. Like, and this is what I do. Like, before I work with people, I want to meet them. I want to make sure we're the right fit. And I want to make sure I can help you. If I can't help you, I can't help you. And I'm not going to waste your time. So what we do there is simple. You then book them in, and then you go through your consult process, right? And that's exactly what we do. There's nothing else. Does that make sense, dude?
Yeah, thanks, man. That helps a lot. Thank you.
So answer it, then get straight to it. Answer it and get straight to it. This is what's included. Like, this is what we do, and it enables us to get all the great results. Like, does that sound like something that, you know, you don't say something like, does that sound something like you would want to be a part of? It's like, does that value tick your boxes? And if there's anything that that doesn't tick their boxes, or they want more, well, take that into consideration of how to strengthen further the product that you're delivering, because you can use it as like a bit of feedback and some research, right? So that's that. Now, let's get stuck in, because we're 20 minutes in already here. James had some technical issues jumping on board. James, take yourself off mute, brother. What's going on, dude? How are you, bro?
Hey, buddy. Yeah, good. How are you?
I'm awesome, brother. I'm awesome, man. So I've been sort of warming up the guys for a topic that you brought up to me last week that I made a note of that we were going to bring up on today's call. Do you want to run through the guys what that basically was, and then we'll discuss it, and then we're going to get into our live training of the marketing loop today?
Yeah, sure. I suppose my main issue's been I took a bit of a hit with COVID. I lost a trainer, had a massive drop in income, and then like just been slowly building it back up. But yeah, just lost a bit of momentum, a bit of motivation, and yeah, just trying to get that back and get back to where I was previously, and get beyond that hopefully as well. Build my team back up, and yeah.
So who here sometimes struggles with taking action? Jack's quick. I think man, and all the people I see putting their hands up there, I've got like a million different conversations going off in my head of like when I'm trying to G you up to make you take the action. Who's overcome that sort of shit before? All right, Jack. I think Jack. Ooh, this could be interesting, brother. Take yourself off mute here, right? I think, and I'd love to hear everyone chip in with this. Taking action sometimes can be the hardest fucking thing. And I think we're all here in agreement knowing if you don't take action, you ain't getting nowhere. Like, I've said this to a lot of people recently. I say it again. I can buy you the car, put you in it, open the door, put the sat nav on, type in the address, turn the light on, point in the direction, put the keys in, give you driving lessons, make sure you know everything you need to do. Unless you're going to put the foot down, you ain't going nowhere. And that's what called taking action is. Jack, we've had a lot of this, right? And I think what James has realized recently, which everyone with COVID, is this, right? We're already on the up, James, right? Well, I think we're starting to recover. Jack, shine some light on what you found was best to kick yourself in the backside when you were down and out.
Yeah, so just you can hear me, right? Like properly.
There's a bit of background noise, but it's all good.
Yeah. Apologize. I mean, I'm on the gym floor. Everywhere else is taken. But biggest thing for me is always recognizing what's causing that like down drop, because yeah, it happens all the time. Like you go through ups and downs, and that's perfectly fine. You just got to note when you're in that low, know what's causing it, and recognize it in yourself. Because most of the time it is an internal thing, just with your mindset. And it might be like externally related, but then you just relate it back to yourself. Recognize that, take the time, do whatever you need to do to pick yourself back up. Like if it's like just taking a day off, just to reset your head, whatever it is, whatever your process is, that's what's always worked for me. And then just keeping high when you can.
Yeah, I think taken away from that, Jack's dead right. I mean, Jack doesn't have any trainers. He's an entrepreneur who's at a 6-figure level. And basically looking to leverage soon. I think I want to ask Dan. Dan, I'm glad you're putting your hand up here, bro, because you'll be able to deliver on this. But then we're going to ask Tay. I want Tay to shine some light on coming back from breaks right? If you're happy to share, because this is James, you also had breaks in there as well. Not saying the breaks were crucial to you not taking action, but how to rebound and how you can get yourself into a bit of a funk with breaks. But Dan, what you got, dude?
All right, can you hear me?
Yeah, brother. Yeah.
Awesome. So I think this topic is really important. Like, I know many personal trainers who, over the first lockdown, second lockdown, this time, because we're talking about COVID, aren't doing PT anymore. It's been a really hard time for trainers. You've got to take that into account. I feel like I use the analogy of training with a weight vest on. Like, we have to work harder to maintain what we had during this time, with people kind of, losing their head. A lot of people getting COVID, then people being fearful of certain things. It's a different environment, but it's only conditioning us to be better business people and better personal trainers. If you can push through this time, even maintaining a good level and slowly progressing, it's only going to get better. I think this is more kind of conditioning us for the next level. You just got to have that mindset you've got to work a little bit harder to make smaller strides during this time. But it's a crazy time in history, and I've kind of adopted that mindset, because I had hits, business dropped quite a bit, but now we're doing more sessions than ever, and it's just taking that mindset to push through harder to maintain what we just had before. But it's created a foundation to catapult us going forward. So it's a little bit of perspective, but that's kind of what got me through it, and now I'm on the upward trajectory because of that.
Yeah, and you took a big, you lost maybe 50% temporarily, bro, something like that.
60, even 70. I remember doing one-on-ones down at the Oval, getting the cops called on me, and just getting in as many sessions to keep the trainers afloat, just to pretty much maintain the core of the business, knowing that it's going to build back at some point. So it was tough. It was tough.
Yeah, and this is just to give you guys an idea, as well, with Dan's scale, this is multiple thousands per week, right? So it's not just you're making $1,000 a week and you say a percentage of you're making $1,000 a week, or even $2,000 a week, and you're 50%. Dan was losing thousands of dollars every week for stuff that wasn't in his control. I think this is another point to really make here. Everyone here is fucking human, right? I put on a very, very brave face a lot of the time with you guys, because I have to, because you're coming to me for inspiration. I'm also human. I've been broken before, but again, what you've got to realize, and one thing that I have been able to condition myself over time of being very good at, is to not let anything out of your control fuck up where your head is at, right? Do not ever focus on stuff like COVID is a nightmare. If Tane's not here today, he can't make it. Tane, I got a guy in WA, also with James. So people are like Tash as well in WA, Lockie in WA as well. I think you're Laura in WA too. All the guys in Western Australia. For those of you in America, these guys are still living with freaking ridiculous, harsh restrictions. It's horrible. And we don't need to get into it, but look, it frustrates and suffocates businesses. But what you cannot do is let that stuff defeat you. Like Dan said, he's lost 50, 60, 70%, thousands of dollars a week of his business. It was hard at times for me and Dan to push through and to do it. But what you've got to recognize is that none of it is down to what you are doing. So all you can ever do is focus on what's in your control. And it's that simple. And hopefully that kind of motivates, you know what I mean? And then what you've got to realize, I think, is that, look, when it's in your control and then you're not taking action, that's when you just got to speak up and ask for help about it, right? Because that's when it's a problem. I think with James, so James, again, doing comfortably over 250K per annum, up towards $7,000-8,000 weeks, I think, in the past, bro. That's about right, I think, the sort of scale of the business. I think with you, James, and for some advice for me to give you, is when you have been at a level where you're earning that and you take a hit through something that's not in your control, and you then have to go and start taking action with the things that you feel like are beneath you, right? That is really hard to do. Do you feel like that has a bit of an element like, fuck, I gotta go to, I gotta make calls now, you know, when potentially we got people that are gonna help us doing that because you're scaling and leveraging. Do you think that has a little bit to do with it? Not to mention Archie, brother, as well, right? So what are your thoughts of that? Like when you think it's beneath you?
I don't know if I felt like that. Like, I could definitely, I definitely know what it takes, like to do the work to build it up to that level. And like I've got no, I don't know. I just sort of like hit a bit of a speed bump and just lost motivation, I suppose. And yeah, like previously, I had help making calls, and we are just ticking over nicely. Like it was, we had really good retention with all our clientele. I had a great trainer on board. He was doing 30, 40 sessions a week, and just ticking along, and we were slowly growing. And then, one of my trainers didn't want to get vaccinated, so he had to leave the gym. So that was a huge hit. And then obviously, we started dropping sessions with COVID in WA. But yeah, I just found out yesterday they're going to drop the mask mandate and all the crazy rules around vaccination as of Friday. So, the gym's picking back up, we get back to normal.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's just a matter of, I don't know why, like I can't figure out why exactly I lost so much motivation. I think I just sort of got comfortable, with that income and being at that level. But yeah, I just know like when we first started, like in the industry together, man, like I was doing, 80, 100-hour work weeks, and just, that was my main focus, and just to build up to that level. But I think, after quite a few years in the industry, you sort of, I don't know,
We get older. We get older.
Yeah, and having a kid, I got a 2-year-old now.
Yeah.
So yeah, just a few more responsibilities and challenges.
Yeah.
So yeah, but yeah, I feel like I'm getting it back, bro. Like this is slowly building back up again, and I've got a good team, got a couple of good trainers. Hopefully my other trainer's going to come back now. So and just build that momentum back up, I think is key.
Yeah, 100%. Look, I mean, I think in summary to this one, we'll get stuck into this training now because it's going to be really valuable for a lot of people. Before we do, I'll make sure you guys have got access. I know you're probably on computers, but if you're not, if you're on a phone, computer, if you can, and we'll do this marketing loop. But in summary, it's natural to focus on things that you can't control. What you have to try and do is divert the thought process away from focusing on the things that you cannot control. Does that make sense? Yeah. Like, does it? I can't see them. I'm nodding, or like, yeah. I divert it away. Like, people will throw shit, right? You got a road, and you got to get to the end. We got a goal. We're all going to get there. It's that simple. But you'll have these mountains that just keep getting put in. It could be COVID, it could be lockdowns, it could be mandates, it could be this, whatever it is. You can't control it. Sometimes it's going to require you to have to freaking get a ladder and jump over that shit. Do you know what I mean? And no one likes to climb. We like to walk on flat surfaces. All of us that do cardio here. I think Matt's doing some right now. So yeah, you can see, Matt, you're walking on a flat surface. You're not huffing and puffing like you're going up a hill, right? Because you don't want to do that, right? We want it to be cruisy. It ain't gonna be all the time. So take motivation from that, guys, I think, and look, know that you're all human, and if you ever hit these little road bumps, it's that simple. Just keep plodding through it, and always know that you've got a big team here of people that we can bounce off each week, and you've always got me. All right. Anything else to add on that before we get set up for this little training? Anything else? Anyone just take yourself off mute. I was going to say to Tay, actually. Tay, I haven't forgotten about you. Explain to the guys about post-holiday funk.
Oh, okay. So I just went away for a holiday to see my family, which I haven't seen for a very long time. And I think I got back and I got a little bit down from not seeing my family in so long and then being away from them. So it was very hard, and I got sick as well. So I think the fact that I've been working so hard for the last few months and then finally taking a break, my body was like, okay, cool. We're just going to hit everything at once. And I got really run down which then made me really overwhelmed when I got back on how much work I had to do. Because I wanted to do a lot of work while I was away, but I did not do as much as I needed or thought I needed to get done. And then I just enjoyed the holiday, which is probably what I needed to do anyway. But then getting back, it definitely was a bit harder to get back on track, to find that motivation, as we've kind of been talking about. So Simon knows that I kind of withdraw when I get stressed instead of reaching out for help. So it was good because I kind of re-noticed that that's a problem that I need to keep revisiting and to focus on working on. So when I'm stressed, to reach out and actually ask for help, not just from Simon, but from my partner and the people around me, the team that I have now. So it gave me a good chance to test out my new trainer and ask for a bit of help while I was sick. So that was really good. He stepped up to that. And yeah, I don't really know what else to say.
No.
I just kind of took some time for myself to kind of journal and revisit like my own mental health and go back to all the spiritual, like holistic things that I'm about. Because in working so much, trying to get a business up and running, those kind of drop off, and it's just understanding that that's going to happen sometimes.
Yeah.
And I noticed the stress a little bit sooner.
Yeah, I think that's really well said, Tay. Honestly, I appreciate you for sharing that, because that is a prime example of noticing multiple piles of crap that will be in the road. Do you know what I mean? And just overcoming them. And sometimes you just got to accept it, whatever, ground yourself, get back to your basics, and continue to move forward. I mean, this is a grind, guys. Like, look, we have the systems that will be able to get you to multiple six-figure income status, but anyone thinks that you're going to get there and not, or even get there and then progress past that and not encounter a couple of road bumps, just wait until they happen, basically, because they're coming, they will come. So with that being said, I'm going to remove a road bump, and we're going to systemate and get ready to organize marketing strategies. Hands up if you're running more than 3 marketing strategies in your fitness business. No? No one's running more than 3 marketing strategies in their fitness business. Nay, are you running more than 3 marketing strategies in your fitness business?
Yeah, I am. I thought you meant at once. Sorry.
Oh, no. So in total, who's got more than 3 marketing strategies in their fitness business?
More than that.
Right. Yeah. I was like, what? What's going on here? All right. So, all right. I'm now going to switch to the laptop. You can see 2 of my view. You can see my side angle. Yeah. Okay. All right. I'm going to share a screen. Now, for those of you guys, I'm just going to share this. Can you see my screen, peeps? I think you can. All right. So if you have got access to stage 4 in the portal, or you can get this document, go and get it. If not, I'm going to put this in the chat. All right. So 12-month marketing template. So we went through this in the first. We went through this in the first seminar. How do I get this chat up? Let me go here. Okay, so if you go into the chat, guys, even if you don't have this done, Miss M. Oh, okay, cool. Even if you don't have access to this, just get it right now, and you've got a taste of what's to come. All right. So, like I've always said at the start of the call, make sure you combine these seminars with me. All right, Miss M. I thought that was some like beautiful chick coming on board, and then it's a dude. I'm like, what the hell is going on here? Tane, what's going on, brother? Hopefully you're well, man. Dude, you just come on in time for the marketing loop training, so we're just about to start. So can everyone see in the chat on Zoom, you got a copy of that link? Can you see it? All right, can everyone click it and open it up? And I'm glad that you girls are having a good giggle over there as well, right? So let's get this done. The first training we did, we talk about organizing marketing strategies into a loop, which means you don't need to say, hey, Simon, I need a new marketing strategy, or I don't know what marketing strategy to run. We're going to do that. I'm going to show you how to build this out in full. I'm going to get everyone to chip in with marketing strategies that you're running. And it's going to also then, if you want to put all of this together, what you could do, you want to resend it. All right, so here you go. It's there. There you go, bro. Miss M. So if you don't have these marketing strategies, which I'm going to get from everyone here, right? Highlight them a different color. And when we start marketing, you can say, right, can we run this strategy? I've got this in the marketing loop. Can we run this? All right. Online guys still do this because we're going to be running some multiple marketing strategies for online people too. And it's that simple. So I'm going to share the screen again. Has everyone got that doc in front of them? You can see it. All right. So I'm going to get stuck in. This is what you should see. So the 12-month marketing loop, it looks like this. And what we can basically do is run our marketing into the foreseeable future. First thing that you can do in your own time, guys, is you can fill this stuff out. So what date are we at? So you go like April, May. You can do this with me if you want. The idea of these trainings, guys, is that you literally take what's going to be half an hour with me now, or you can take an hour with me or whatever we do to get this shit done, so you don't even need to do it yourself. Fill out these and then your weeks. So it would be like, you know, for example, here you'd be like 1st to the 6th, then it would be 7th to the, I think, 12th, and then it would be 13th to the 19th, 6-day increments, right? That's how it would work. So it'd be like a Monday to a Sunday. And then we're going to go strategies. So with this being said, I'm going to switch back over here. There we go. Look at that. I've got everyone here. Anybody here, just fire a marketing strategy at me. And you're itching.
Probably just go with the happy birthday strategy.
Okay, cool. So, right, what we're going to do here, I'm just going to, everyone, if you've got a marketing strategy in your head, take yourself off mute. I'm going to make these into I'm just going to make this freestyle marketing loop as you scream them out. So, happy birthday strategy. Okay, keep going, guys.
For the floor.
Floor to the floor. Next.
New members, new PT clients.
Nice, Rob. Nice. New members, new PT clients. Keep
Referral.
going. Referral power.
Drop boxes.
Local business partnerships. Yeah, local part.
New Year's hamper.
What was that?
New Year's hamper. Sorry.
Keep going.
Low hanging fruit.
So again, guys, if like this is an insight to people that aren't running strategies yet. This is an insight to shit that we have ahead of us, right? Low hanging fruit. Keep going. I want us to keep going here.
Off price power.
That's one.
Oak blast.
Yes. Right. And what we'll do, we'll go one more to keep it at 10.
You have consults on autopilot?
Nah, that's a good one. Okay, we're also going to chuck some more on. Nathan, you sent me something today. What's that?
Motivated mate.
And you also sent me.
New you.
What was that? Sorry.
New year, new you.
Yeah, new year. Still okay.
Let's have a bet.
What, are you on the portal, O'Brien?
Huh?
Are you reading this from the portal?
No, the one that we made up.
Yeah. Okay. All right. New year, new you. Let's have a bet. Okay. Geez, now we're getting some more people coming. Okay. Yeah. Okay. New year, new you. Let's have. There's.
Let's have a bet. Did you want more? Or is that enough?
Yeah. No, I want the one that you told me about today. You sent me an idea of it. Phil, what's going on? Michael McLaren, what's going on, people? Hopefully. You sent me one this morning. You've come on at the perfect time, by the way, guys. We just
auto QR leads.
The QR leads on autopilot. Okay, so that will do. So we've got 14, right? So QR leads on autopilot. Okay, girls in New Mexico. That was a shit accent. Anyway, have you, with previous mentors, have you seen a list of marketing strategies like that before?
No.
No.
You're new. It was
Right, we
That's
did,
about
we
it.
did things like on Facebook, and we would do like challenges like you had
Yeah.
mentioned. So
Okay.
a couple of things that you have said, yes, we have,
Okay. Awesome.
but not to this degree.
Yeah, not in that depth.
It was big time ClickFunnels.
It was
That
very much
That was
ClickFunnels.
all.
And Facebook ads.
Selling- Yes.
Yep,
Absolutely.
that's what it was all about.
All right. Any single person here at the moment on this call working with me running Facebook ads? No one. Not required. No need, no ad spend, no nothing. So first and foremost, guys, we came up with 14 strategies. Phil, is there anything that you want to chip in, bro? I know we do a lot of marketing, as does Michael. Is there any marketing strategies? Can you see the screen share, bro? What's going on?
Yeah, I can see the screen. I'm zooming in now.
Have a little look. Think of the strategies that you boys run yourself. I don't know whether there's any I can think off the top of my head. But I would do like, oh, we could chuck in the Easter bulb blaster.
Power poster.
Say again?
Poster power.
Yeah, poster power. Okay. We haven't even talked about like basically like social media, right? So this is all stuff here. So we could chuck in social media. So it'd be like Facebook and Instagram. Anyway, if we actually went into this more detailed, you can get a list of a lot of strategies. All right.
Yeah. Sorry, man. Sorry, Simon. Welcome to the gym cards. You know, the welcome to iFitness or welcome to Snap card.
So you like handball as well, yeah?
Yeah, that's probably my number one main strategy that's worked really well for me.
Love it. All right. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go through these. Now, there's a lot. Anyone that's got access to 3.1 on the portal, you're going to have access to all these. Now, there's a lot of these here, right, that you can run on a weekly basis. And there's some that you should be running on a weekly basis. You will never need 18 marketing strategies in your business. I guarantee it. You just never need it. If you execute 4 or 5, 6 well, you're going to do very, very well. So look, let's go and let's just look after the online people here. So call to action posts. Online competition. So we've got 20. Now, happy birthday strategy, to give you guys a run through, what this is a take on rental trainers when they get given birthday lists. If you ever get given birthday lists in the gym, basically I have a script that will work very, very well of how you can get maximum return. And we actually give people a birthday present, which actually gets the show rates happening. A lot of people don't show up to free sessions. So I show you how to get a birthday present. They come and claim the present, which is a gift, which kickstarts massive rapport. And then basically from there, it enables you to then take them through a free session, deliver and sign up and execute. So that's a really good strategy. When would you run this? So it's called Happy Birthday Strategy. And anyone just feel free to let me know. How frequently would you be running this strategy? And we'll go.
Yeah.
What?
All year?
Yeah, correct. And like, when do people have their birthdays in? Well, there's 12 of them in the year. What are they?
Once a month.
Months. So I run this strategy once a month. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to block this in with red here. Okay, floor to the floor strategy. This is again a rental trainer strategy. This is bread and butter, right? This is a bread and butter strategy for any single person in a gym. This gets most people to 6 figures instantly. Shay, great to have you on board with us, bro. Matt Dart. So everyone knows Matt Dart, obviously. Shay's Matt's manager. So Matt used this strategy to get to 6 figures. Phil, you used this strategy to get to 6 figures. James, we've known each other for 5, 6, 7 years or whatever it's been, bro. I don't even know. We've used this to add a lot. Tane, you didn't even use a marketing strategy to get to 6 figures, bro. I don't think. But anyway, Nath, you've collected hundreds, if not thousands of leads fucking doing this shit. Anyway, we run it once, okay? And this is how you build the marketing loop. How frequently do you think you should run this strategy? Because like we talked about, I think last week, we don't want to milk strategies, guys. How often do you run them? Think. When do you think would be a good loop to run it? Matt, AEST, you're running this now, right?
Yeah.
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 How often?
So
you, Serena, you know, anyone, you know, how often would you, Michael, you know this, bro. Phil, how often would you run a floor to the floor? There's no incorrect or correct answer, but what would you think in terms of milking a strategy? How often you should run it?
Oh, I reckon every. I'm just going based on what we've done. I'd say every 3 to 6 months.
So 3 to 6 months. Okay. So what I would recommend for people, I would probably, yeah, you're probably right. You've got so much, you haven't too many leads. That's the only thing, bro. So like you,
I don't know what to fucking do with them when I get, I'm just like, oh, shit, I just got to back off a bit.
There you go. That's the idea. Look, I'm going to put it in an 8-weekly block, right? 8-week block. So the idea is you go each month, right? And you chuck it in. Oh, not each month. Sorry, I apologize. Every 2 months. So, right, you can see what I'm doing here, guys. Yeah. Now, this happy birthday strategy, what I would personally do is I would run that at the start of each month. Can you see what I'm doing here, guys? Does this make sense? Yeah. Cool. Now, new members, new PT clients. Let's see who. Right. So this is a strategy where. No, gyms, when you're a rental trainer, they're meant to provide you with leads, right? A lot of the time they don't. Sometimes we have multiple ways of doing this and getting it out of them. But when there's new people that sign up to the gym, theoretically, there's an opportunity to get a new client. Now, obviously, that's the overview of the strategy. How often are you running this strategy, guys? Should be easy to answer for anybody. How frequently?
Pretty much a weekly strategy, isn't it?
It's weekly, Rob. Well done. So what we do is this. So do this on your marketing loop, guys, right? Referral power strategy. We're just going to move forward. This is a strategy you run every single week, right? So as you can see here, what's happening in here, guys? You see this first week of the month? As we start to, and we're doing this for 20 strategies, so you're going to see how this is going to take shape, but over the course of this loop, that you potentially may end up with 6 strategies when I've shown you how to do them, that on the start of the month, that week, would be the busiest marketing week that you will ever have, and you probably will not need to execute any of the rest of the month. Can you see how that's starting to take shape? If you can keep up with it, obviously, because it's quite hard, but we continue. Referral power strategy is just basically a referral strategy which is done well. All right. So what I would do is, because we're starting to see something here where that's already the first of the month is going to be quite busy. This one again, quite busy. I just stagger it. So let's go 2nd week of the month, right? And how often do you reckon you should run a referral power strategy for, guys? What do you reckon? Or how frequently, sorry, how frequently do you reckon you should run a referral power strategy? For those of you that have done it, you would know. If not, how often do you think you should actively look for referrals and actually go and ask for them? A lot of people wait for them to come to them. What do we got? Someone knows an answer.
3 months?
Yeah, I'm happy with that. So 1, 2, 3, chuck it in. We'll chuck it in here. Oh, not that one. Hang on. Not there either. It is in there. Cool. 3 months is a solid way to run a referral power strategy when you're asking every single client, because when you're asking every client, it's going to take you a week or 2 to run it, and you don't want to harass your clients. Okay, what do we got here? Local business partnerships. So Dan Pardo, you're doing well with this. Phil, you've generated a lot of leads with this. Ryan, you're starting to do well with this. Who else? We've got Jono, you're starting to get yours out. Like Tash as well. How often should you check boxes? And this is for mobile trainers now and online trainers. Obviously, when Dan Davis, when you move to San Diego, nice place to move to, brother, we'll start doing this. How often do you check boxes, Dan Pardo? Can't hear you, bro.
Sorry, bro. I do it once a week.
Okay, what I would do is this. So for anyone with boxes, right, and you've got a lot of them, i.e. Ryan, so I think Ryan's got 10 or so. I don't know whether Ryan's still, yeah, you're still there. Fortnightly, 5 week, 5 1 week, 5 the other, right? Fill this in on your marketing loop, guys. Okay.
The only reason why I do it weekly, sorry, is if I keep a good relationship with them, but sometimes I've noticed if I've kept it a little bit longer, the pens or the notepads don't come out as frequently. They'll leave the box out, but they might not have like the notepads, or they don't put it out. So I like to just schedule the business boxes with my training. I'll train at my second location on a Wednesday, do legs. I'll visit those places, and I've just got it scheduled into my training, my personal training. So
that's a great point. And actually, I was wrong and incorrect by putting it fortnightly. It is weekly, but I recommend you split your boxes into 2 groups and just check them bi-weekly for all of you guys in the States. But it's a weekly strategy. With what Dan said there, I always recommend, especially if you guys are blessed enough to be in the US, go to leadbox.com. You guys can order everything dirt cheap on there. Over here, it's a lot more expensive to get lead boxes. So Suzanne Kelly, leadbox.com, okay? And then you can buy like the pens that stick. I think I have them here. So you got these boxes. The pen, this is what you need, Dan. You need these. Yeah. Oh, they stick on the top. That's what you want, all right? And then you got the pads that go with it. So where do we get this in Oz? Great question, Taylor. Slimlinewarehouse.com.au is the cheapest place to get lead boxes. And this is something, Tay, that we will start to action. But again, for now, purpose of just the training, well, we've got another 10 minutes or so. Just write all this down. And then you've got questions, ask me. And we're going to start implementing, like I said, color code them, ones that you're doing and ones that you're not doing strategy-wise, all right? New Year's hamper is really, really simple. I mean, you're going to do that once a year, so I'm just going to put it over here, and we're just going to continue on. And I'm going to bring up some speed here. So low-hanging fruit, basically what that is retargeting old clients. So if you're launching a new product, this can be for online people, really, really dope strategy. Can be for people in a studio or in a gym. If you're launching a new strategy, or if you've got any exciting announcements, go to the people that know you, like you, and trust you first, right? Makes sense? That this is impossible without having a database. So we talked about it before, about building your database. This is something that has to be done. Low-hanging fruit, I would only ever run again once every 3 months, or whenever you've got something to announce. Half-price power strategy, like this is an old strategy that I used to run. Where's James? James, we used to run this back in the day, right? You remember this strategy, and it still works. Like there's no reason why we won't include it. I would do this once every 8 weeks with your clients. So again, if you look at here, we've got 5 strategies. That's enough. I'd probably choose, all right, this week there's only 2. So I'd go, all right, here, and then every 2 months, all right? That's what I would do with these. Then we got bulk blasts. Okay. This is a powerful strategy. Who's had success with them here? Quick show of hands. Bulk blasts. I mean, there should be quite a few people. But look, bulk blasts. I always mention about doing more frequent bulk blasts than what I actually do with coaching people. But I think the marketing loop will prompt you to do them. I would do bulk blasts for big announcements. I would do a monthly bulk blast with an offer as well, because bulk blasts are a really, really powerful way for you to just subconsciously tap into your prospects' minds. Anyone here get bulk blasts from companies? I do. Tons. Oh, there's one on here right now. There's one right now. I haven't even read it yet. There's just constant. Oh, there's only 3 of these ones. But there'll be one from, who is it? U-Foods. U-Foods. If you order food from U-Foods, you're screwed. Look, you can see how many messages I've received from them. If I think about ordering U-Foods, or if I think about, ordering meal prep, who do you think I'm thinking of straight away? It's U-Foods. It's straight away. It's the same thing. Bulk blast, do it on a monthly basis, guys. So we're going to put it to the second last week of the month. All this making sense so far? Just thumbs up if it is. It should be quite crystal clear, yeah? Okay, next. Consults on autopilot. Anyone answer when we should be running this?
That's another constant one, isn't it?
You're right. I'm glad you said it, Rob, because it's every single week. So consults on autopilot it's kind of the same as a new member's new PT clients. It's very, very similar to that. It's just basically making sure that there is no one left that joins a gym all right? Or if you're an online trainer, comes into your network and is not untouched. You need to make sure you're getting to these guys. The whole point of growing a friendship list is so that you're outreaching to these guys all the time. Motivate a mate is basically like bring a friend week. And you could do this, I would say, once every, like, again, 3 months. So I'm just going to chuck it in there. 1, 2, 3. And obviously, guys, just continue this on. So you can just copy and paste these things, right? Copy all of them. Just paste them across, yeah? So it's that. All right, new year, new you is just once every year. So we're going to just leave that out over here somewhere. And there are a lot more strategies than that. I think altogether we have about 40 strategies. You'll never need any of them. But again, let's continue. Let's have a bet. This is a great strategy. Is it Phil? Is Phil still here? Are we still here? Is he?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Are you? So, dude, was it you that we did really well with this strategy?
Which one?
You had a bet about the state of origin, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, that's a killer, that one.
Yeah.
Always.
So came up with the concept, guys. If you're a sporting person, right? Any sporting event, right? Make a bet online and face-to-face with people in the gym. We're having a bet, all right? State of Origin is a rugby series here in Australia. You make a bet with people. You choose your team, I bet against you, right? Or you could say, this is my team, and if you follow the opposite team, I have a bet. I'm gonna bet you 2 sessions, right? 2 sessions, and what you can do is you can train them or they can train you, whatever you want to do. Have fun with it. Like, it's light-hearted. It works really, really well. This is a dope strategy. Unfortunately, can't work very well with people online. But you can with online. So you're just saying, right, I'm a massive Bulls fan. The Bulls are playing the Hawks. I'm just trying to think of like online sports teams here. American sports teams. You could just say, look, oh, right, we've got Lakers are playing Clippers this weekend, right? And I'm a massive Lakers fan. Any Clippers fans out there, or anyone who doesn't go for Lakers, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a week's worth of free coaching up because I'm that confident that we're going to go and we're going to win the playoffs or whatever, right? And you can do it with a call to action. If you want to enter, drop an emoji below, you get the idea. So let's have a bet. This is kind of like freestyled. It depends when there's events on, right? But you can do it. There's over here in Melbourne and Australia, there's sports on all the time. So let's keep going. QR leads on autopilot is weekly. The same with the perfect posters or powerful posters. This is weekly. I'm going to finish this off. Easter bulk blast, that's once every year. Social media and Facebook is weekly. All right, handball. How often, Phil?
Handball. You mean? I think you mean the ones. I'm talking about the ones, I got at the front desk.
Oh, you're doing them. That's the normal ones. All right. Anyone else doing handballs or has cards that goes around in the floor to the floor nature and just handballs cards? Lockie, make a note of this, Lockie, because for you this will go good in the gym with limited marketing ability.
I'm just guessing, but I reckon a week, each week.
You could do once a week. I mean, like, but again, I wouldn't milk it. You could probably do it once a month. Do you know what I mean? Like, the reason why is because look at how many strategies. Like, I guarantee you, none of you, including myself, would be able to run 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 strategies in 1 week. It's just impossible. So there's that. Call to action posts, I'd probably do them once every 8 weeks. Okay, let's go there. And then online competition once every 8. You can also, when you're doing any competitions face-to-face, and there's, again, so many different ways we can do this, guys. Basically, run anything face-to-face, combat it with online. You're doing a floor to the floor, you're doing it online. All the training's in there of how to do this. Okay, so you kind of got a bit of like a messy piece of paper with lots of red dots, which is organized chaos, right? Does that make sense now in terms of what we've done in terms of a list of 20 strategies and putting them into a fashion of which you can execute? Yeah. So what I would do is take this, I'm going to leave it on the screen now, right? And what I would do is copy it rewatch this recording when I upload it later today. The recording will be a few hours behind today, guys, because I've got a meeting I have to go to after this call. And then put them all in there and color code what you're running and what you're not. Tane, you're right in the center of my screen at the moment, bro. We've not ran a marketing strategy. Tane, come off mute, brother. Tell the guys about not running a strategy and being where we're at. And we legitimately have not run a marketing strategy, right?
Yeah, no marketing strategies as of yet. Yeah. So just the amount of leads. So the sales crew in the gym that I work at pretty mint. And I'm the only PT in the gym that I'm at, and there's about 1,300 members. So the amount of new signups and leads that got put through, and that was just enough to hit 6 figures, along with all the systems that you've taught us. Yeah.
So systems only and just given leads. And this is the thing. I look at people like Rob, Anthony, Lockie, especially with this one, like, you guys, it sucks to be fucking strangled, man, with this shit. Like, this is when you speak to someone like Tane, who's like given 6-figure income on a plate because of how good his gym staff are. It just makes you realize like the potential of how good you can be. But look, if you don't have that support, these strategies will enable you to get to where you need to be. Tane, the point I was going to make, brother, is if you even implemented 2 or 3 of these, dude, like it's literally game over. Tane can't find a trainer right now, so we're being suffocated like that. So he lives in freaking whoop and freaking nowhere, or whatever, however you say it, brilliant terms. So yeah, look, it's tough, guys. With this, you will never need all the strategies. Make notes of them, of the ones we are running, and then bring it to me. Which ones excite you the most? All right, and then we can start implementing them. What you'll find, and I said this to Phil Perg about a year or so ago, I reckon, we run through the loop once and you'll need to make adjustments, because there's no way you can run 11 strategies in 1 week. There's no way. But what you should do, guys, is you should make time to contact all the new members in the gym if they are not coming through on autopilot. You should be checking your lead boxes if you've got them out. You should be doing that every single week. You should have your QR codes out there around the gym in poster form, so that there's automated means of marketing constantly out on the gym floor and around the gym, on the back of the doors and everything like that. If you're not in a gym and you're running a mobile business, or you're obviously running your own studio, they should be out there in businesses. They should be out there on freaking sidewalks. Do whatever you do. You know, when you walk down the street and you see like, Tiesto is playing in Melbourne and it's plastered with fluorescent yellow signs. They advertise music events around the city. Is it just my city that has that? I think everyone's city would have that. There's nothing stopping you from going and doing the same shit. But again, it's just up to you how much you want to put into it. Social media, always do a little bit of your outreach and make sure that you're obviously ticking these things off. This all comes down to your time management. So I think next week, what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to run through how to organize an ideal week, how to market effectively, and to get these things dropped in. And if you've got any questions about any of this stuff, now is the time to answer. We'll finish. Now is the time to ask. We'll finish with a quick Q&A about it. Online, guys, you're going to be a bit more restricted. Face-to-face, there's going to be an abundance. If you've got your own studio or your own location, you're going to be a little bit restricted again. But the local business partnerships, if that was the only strategy that you ever executed, you will never need anything else. Simple, period. And it's literally that simple. Or floor to the floor in a gym, but that's it. Is there questions? Has everyone kind of got a version of that on their screen? Did you manage to get it done? Look, take time in your schedules now to implement, guys, and that's it. There's nothing else to it. Questions? Is there any questions about any of it?
Your idea to put together the ideal week, that's a really good, because a lot of these marketing strategies are done weekly, and it's kind of easy to overlook. It'd be good to have something like that in place where it just becomes ingrained into your day and your business. I'm looking forward to that as well. That's one of the questions I would have asked, is how to put together the best kind of day and week, but you're already going to have that covered, so that's good.
Yeah, look, and I don't think, excuse my sniffles, guys. Guys, this is overwhelming, right? There is that much marketing, and anyone tells me that they've worked with me for a long time and they struggle to get leads, they're just not executing. And the execution, it literally just comes down to, hang on one sec. The execution literally just comes down to poor time management. And I like, every person sucks with time management. I do. I'm awful at it. I'm very sporadic in what I do, but however, what I do is I execute the non-negotiables, and I'm habitual with the things that need to get done. That's where I'm very good. But in terms of the rest of it, I know so many people in here, and people that aren't on the call, the people that can't make the time to come to the call, ironically, all right, there's nothing against them, but ironically, their businesses aren't flourishing, which means they should have an abundance of time. There are guys on here, and you guys are the most engaged clients. And ironically, most of you guys are doing 6 figures plus, right? So it's that simple. You're making the time. You're making it, which means you're prioritizing and you're focused and you're drilled and dialed in all the time. And that's what you have to be. If you can make the time to execute this stuff, and then obviously communicate with me one-on-one about each strategy each week, or what we want to learn a new strategy each week and tick it off on our loop, then that's what needs to be done. But I'll give you free reign, like whatever strategies you like, you come to me with and I'll coach you how to do them. But hopefully that all makes sense. All right. Any other questions, guys? Are we good? We're good. All right. Done and dusted. Next week, we're going to do time management and anything else that pops up along the way. Much love to all of you guys. And I will speak to you next week. Well done for tuning in. Well done for taking action. Peace and love.
Yeah.
Right.